Welcome to Rubio Maths and Science class. Today we want to look at how we can answer Wassce May June 2024 question 3 bearing question. Okay, let's see how we can answer this question on the board. We have been given that a man travels 4 kilometers from a point U on a bearing of 135 degrees to point V. All right. Now this is what we call three-figure bearing. And with three-figure bearing, before we can take any bearing, we need to get our cardinal point. So this is our cardinal point that we have here. And this is what the North Pole, South, East, and West, as we can see here. All right. Now, three-figure bearings are taken in clockwise direction from the geographical north. All right. So first of all, we take a bearing of what? 135 degrees at point what? Point U. So we have our point U here. Now let's see how we can take a bearing of 135 degrees. So we start here. From here to here will be 90. And I'm looking for 135. So I'll add 45 to it. So from here, I'll just cut 45. All right. And that will be in the middle way of this. Then I take my bearing. Don't forget that these lines matters. Why are we saying that? Because from U to V, we have been told that the distance is 4 kilometers, all right? And the other distance is what? 13 kilometers, as we can see here. Therefore, the other line have to be longer than what? Than the 4. So let's see what we can do again. So the bearing that we take here is 135 what? Degrees. Let's see what we can do. He continues 13 kilometers on a bearing of 45 degrees to W. So after he moved from here to here, all right, he continues. That is a bearing of what? 45 degrees. So let's take a bearing of 45 degrees at this point. So again, we take from the North Pole 45, that will be halfway because the whole angle here is 90. So 45 will be halfway, all right? And we draw our line. Nicely, we put another cardinal point here as we can see. And the angle here will be 45 degrees, all right? Then we put our W here as we can also locate it here. Now we are going to join from point U to point what? W. And in the joining, we are going to have this. Don't forget, if you don't draw it well, you can't join well. So all the time, we need to focus on what? On drawing it accurately. So here will be 13 kilometers. Now, for we to proceed, to know the nature of this triangle we are going to deal with, we have to find one of the interior angles of the triangle. And it will be simple. The angle here is 45. Now, from here to here is 135. And the whole angle from here to here will be what? 180. Therefore, the remaining angle here will also be what? 45 degrees. And this 45 degrees will alternate to this angle here, which will also be what? 45. Therefore, we can say that angle UVW is going to be 45 degrees, all right, plus 45 degrees, which is going to give us what? 90 degrees. And this makes this triangle to be what? A right angle what? Triangle. So let's see what we can do. Now we have been asked to illustrate the information in a diagram. So this is our A part of the question. Let's see the B part. The B part, we should find correct to two significant figures, UW. This is our U, this is our W. Since the diagram is a right angle triangle, we are going to use Pythagoras theory to find our UW. So we write, we say from triangle UWV, all right? Now, this is a right angle triangle. So UW is the hypotenuse, all right? Therefore, from Pythagoras theorem, we can say that UW squared should be equal to UV squared plus, that is VW squared. We are looking for UW, all right? So we have UV. UV is 4, so we have 4 squared. VW is 13, we have 13 squared, nicely. So we have UW, all right, as we can see here, 16 plus 169, all right? Therefore, our UW squared is going to be 185. Therefore, we can say that our UW squared or our UW will be equal to square root of 185. Okay? And our UW is going to be 30.601, let's say to 3 decimal place kilometers. But we have been asked to leave our answer to what? 2 significant figures. So that gives us 14 kilometers. So this is how we can answer our BI. Now let us see how we can calculate the bearing of W from U. So it means the bearing needs to be taken at where? At U. And this is our U. And this is our W. So if we want to take the bearing at W, we step at the geographical north in clockwise direction, then we take it up to the line. And this is the line. So we are looking for this angle here. And how can we get this angle? First of all, we need to find the angle within the triangle here, all right? So let's use alpha to represent this angle. Now, we are looking for this angle. This line that we see here, that is WV, is opposite to this angle. And this line we see here, UV, is adjacent to this angle. So opposite and adjacent, we are going to use our tan ratio. Therefore, we can say that tan alpha is equal to opposite, which is 13 over what? 4, as we can see here, all right? So we are going to have alpha equal to tan inverse 13 over 4. Therefore, we are going to fix this into our calculator, and that will give us 72 point. Let's say we leave it in what? 3 decimal place. So we say 72.897 degrees. So that will be the angle at this level. And since we know that from here to here is 135 degrees, all right, and we know the angle here, we are going to subtract it from the 135, and that will give us from here to here. Therefore, we can say that the bearing of, that is W, from U is going to be 135 degrees minus, that is 72.897 degrees, all right? And we are going to subtract this. That will give us 62 point, let's say to 3 decimal place, 62.102 degrees. Now, if we want to leave this also in 2 significant figures, then we can say our bearing is going to be what? 62 what? Degrees. This is how we can solve this question on the board. All right, don't forget, like the page, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you.